It's about time. I mean, after 4 years of trashing the royals, finally Harry and Meghan are demoted on the official royal family website. Hello, and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen. Sure took them long enough, didn't it? I mean, Harry and Meghan have made it clear they despise the royals. They despise Britain. They want nothing to do with the royal family, unless, of course, there's some money in it for them. And it looks like the folks over at the palace finally got around to updating the royal family website to reflect this reality. Harry and Meghan have made it clear time and time again that they do not represent the monarchy. They're only interested in representing themselves. They're only interested in making money and acquiring fame. And so it makes a lot of sense that now, according to The Telegraph, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's profiles have been shortened on the royal family's website. Well, it never did make a lot of sense for Harry and Meghan to have these long, drawn out bios on the royal family website as if they were still working royals. They made the choice back in 2020 to leave. The Queen let them know that their half in, half out plan was never going to work and they choose to be completely out. Well, all right, let's respect their choice then. And by respecting their choice, it also means that the royal family shouldn't be giving them a lot of recognition. The royal family shouldn't be highlighting those two whatsoever. As reported in The Telegraph, Meghan and Harry's joint page now begins with a statement announcing that they stepped back as working royals in January 2020. Lengthy individual profiles that previously spanned multiple pages have been combined into one single page. Readers seeking further information about the couple are directed to their new personal website, Sussex.com. Well, it makes a lot of sense, and I would say it's about time. In fact, I think this is long overdue. The truth is, Harry and Meghan are not interesting enough to have individual profiles that span multiple pages. They never were interesting enough for that. The truth of the matter is, the other members of the royal family are much more interesting and hardworking than Harry and Meghan. So, no, the royal family certainly does not need to devote multiple pages to those two. I kind of question the decision to divert people to Sussex.com to learn more about Harry and Meghan. I mean, if people want to learn more about what Harry and Meghan want us to believe about them, then all right, head over to Sussex.com. But if you want to learn the truth about Harry and Meghan, who they are as people and what they've done, no, Sussex.com is not going to give you any believable information. So naturally, many people are questioning if this change or update to the royal family's website is a reflection of how the royal family in the palace feels about Harry and Meghan. Well, Buckingham Palace is saying no, that's not the case. According to The Telegraph, Buckingham Palace sources insisted the changes made on Monday were part of a routine website update and were not related to the couple's own brand development. It's an interesting coincidence, though, isn't it? Since Meghan Markle has also launched her lifestyle brand, or whatever it is, American Riviera Orchard, where she's gonna encourage us to buy some really expensive jam and some mugs, I guess. Now, I don't think any of us could possibly blame the royals for wanting to distance themselves from something so cheap and tacky and absolutely Meghan Markle. Now, according to most media outlets that are reporting on this, Harry and Meghan have been demoted or downgraded on the royal family's website. It's only People magazine who's reporting that their bios were updated. I believe that's the term they used. It was not an update. This is a clear demotion. But according to Buckingham Palace, as reported by The Telegraph, the Sussex's pages were not the only ones to be updated, and that the changes did not constitute a downgrade. Okay, sure. So they also apparently shortened Andrew, the Duke of York's. Now there are links to the announcements that he would be stepping back from public duties. Well, Harry and Meghan should not be consoling themselves, telling themselves that, oh, well, Andrew got updated too. I mean, come on now. Andrew was good friends with a convicted pedophile. Andrew has had a very noticeable fall from grace, so I don't believe anybody should be excited about being in company with Andrew at this point. To me, what it looks like is the royal family is drawing a line in the sand, and they are saying, Harry and Meghan, you are on the outside. Andrew, you're also on the outside. Now, in Andrew's case, he brought so much shame to the family, and Harry and Meghan, well, they intentionally tried to destroy the monarchy. So, of course, they don't need to be welcomed back into the fold. They don't need to be treated as if they are still working members of the royal family when they're not in any way, shape, or form, and they obviously don't want to be. But I'm sure over in Montecito, the two of them are having an absolute conniption fit. So, as reported by The Telegraph, Prince Harry's 2,600-word profile has been reduced to barely 200 words. Long passages about his charity work on issues such as conservation and mental health have been consolidated into a couple of sentences. But honestly, why did they ever have long passages about Harry's charity work on conservation and mental health? I mean, his African Parks charity is in a lot of trouble right now for being incredibly abusive towards the local people. And mental health, I mean, come on, give me a break. We're supposed to take this man seriously when he says that he treats his own mental health problems with illegal drugs like magic mushrooms and ayahuasca and marijuana. No, Harry is no expert on anything, much less mental health issues. And this is a pretty funny one, too. So, before, there was a pretty long section going into great detail about how Harry and Meghan were going to continue to reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch after their decision to step back as working members of the royal family. Well, they just deleted that altogether, probably for the best, since over the past years we have seen that Harry and Meghan certainly are not continuing to reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch. In fact, they have tried to throw the monarch under the bus at every opportunity. I mean, they have made careers out of selling secrets of the royal family, most of which aren't even true. So no, I don't believe they're honoring their sense of duty anymore. So before, it said the Duke attaches great importance to his role in the royal family's public service to the UK and around the Commonwealth. He has been inspired by the example of duty and leadership of his grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, and his father, the King. What a load of tosh. I mean, Harry clearly attaches no importance whatsoever to his role in the royal family's public service to the UK and around the Commonwealth. As soon as Harry left Britain, he was done. I mean, that's the thing about him that Meghan has really shown us. Harry never cared about his family. Harry never cared about helping the people of the UK and the Commonwealth. Harry only ever cared about himself. And I believe the evidence is that it was so easy for Meghan to completely brainwash him. If Harry had really cared about service in the first place, Meghan Markle would have had a much more difficult time. And even though it seems like this California lifestyle doesn't suit Harry, I mean, he looks miserable all the time, he's still not made any plans to get away from Meghan and make peace with his family and apologize for everything he has done. Now, I know we've seen reports here and there, but we've not seen anything substantial. So back to the website update, they also made Meghan's profile a lot shorter and more condensed. According to The Telegraph, it now contains brief references to her time starring in U.S. cable drama Suits and her lifestyle blog, The Tig, before briefly listing the patronages she held as a working royal. Well, for anybody wanting more information on what Meghan has done in her life, then they can just head over to Sussex.com. Meghan's profile over at Sussex.com goes into great detail about every single thing she has ever done in her life, whether real or imagined. Now, somehow, up until recently, there were also still passages claiming that Harry and Meghan were balancing their time between the US and Britain and, quote, continuing to honor their duty to the monarch, the Commonwealth, and their patronages. Well, of course, they removed those passages. I mean, the royal family, I think, actually cares about honesty, unlike the lying grifters. They don't want this bold-faced lie right there on their website. So then, at the bottom of the profile, we have links to 3 statements surmising Meghan and Harry's withdrawal from royal life. We get the January 8th, 2020 announcement that Harry and Meghan were planning to step back as senior members of the royal family, and then the January 18th of 2020 statement from the Queen on a constructive and supportive way forward for my grandson and his family. And then the Buckingham Palace statement from February 19th of 2021 confirming that Harry and Meghan were not going to be coming back as working royals, but, quote, remain much loved members of the family. So that makes it pretty clear. The royal family is letting the world know that Harry and Meghan do not represent them. Harry and Meghan are independent entities. That's what they wanted, and that's what they've got. So now only time will tell if this is going to do anything to quiet down the speculation that Harry and Meghan are somehow going to be returning as working royals. Yeah, right. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan's demotion on the royal family's website? Let me know your opinion below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to like and share it with anybody else who would appreciate it too. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a single update from Kate Middleton and the Queen. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have a great day, and I'll be back to see you in the next videos.